Hi, I'm JORODU and this is JORODU Drum Tips. Hey guys, how you doing? JORODU here. Another video in which I don't drum. I wanted to take this opportunity to maybe mention some of the drummers that have influenced me as a drummer, and I would say some of them have influenced me as a musician. I don't know if you guys know, I also study composition and arranging at Berkeley. One of the reasons I wanted to go to Berkeley College of Music to study was that I wanted to learn how to write and compose music. And I can only blame one drummer for that. And so let's start with my influences. Early on, I started playing drums around 11 or 12 years old. And at that time, I was actually listening to a lot of Queen. It was big in my childhood. So obviously, I will name Roger Taylor as a big major influence in my drumming at the early stages. Why? He's a fabulous drummer, solid as hell. He knew how to play. He knew what to play in every particular song. Very clever drummer, and esteemed with the fact that I think he's also a very good songwriter. I think that positioned him in a great place. I will also, at that time after Queen, I got into a very, I don't know if many people know this band, but it's some friends in Europe might recognize this band. I started listening to a German band called Eloy, and I was obsessed with this band. And I got particularly obsessed with a period in which their drummer was Jurgen Rosenthal. Jurgen Rosenthal was a big major influence on me at that time, because I became obsessed with Eloy, and I bought all their albums. And then after that, of course, at some point, my cousin came home with a live album from this band called Rush, and the album was Exit Stage Left. I couldn't believe what it was. I couldn't believe what I was listening to. I just like, how many drummers are there? What is happening? It was a total surprise. Neil Peart, of course, is a big major influence. But it wasn't until I discovered who was behind some of the songs I already liked, from a band from England called Yes. So even though I started listening to them when Alan White was already the drummer, it wasn't until I started like backtracking and discovered that this guy, William, Bill Bruford, was the main drummer, was the founder of the band along with the other guys. And by listening to what he did, I was like totally floored by his sound. And then I discovered that later on in the 70s, besides went to play with King Crimson, which was totally different and really mind-blowing. He, in a hiatus between bands, he made this jazz fusion band called Bruford. And it was then that I discovered that he actually wrote the music, or co-wrote some of the music. And that was what really influenced me to become or to learn how to write music and to compose and arrange, because it was like, if that's the drummer who's doing this, why wouldn't I do the same? Later on, I discovered that because he grew up listening to jazz, he actually was influenced by all these jazz drummers who were also composers. Max Roach, among them, and many other drummers in the jazz world. Actually, they wrote music for the bands that were playing So that became a big sort of pushing for me. And then I discovered by doing this that what really impacted me as a drummer, or when I pick up songs that I really liked, that really hit me, is not necessarily that the drum parts were really hard or difficult to play. It's that the song itself spoke to me. The harmony, the lyrics, the chord changes, the way the singers, the way they deliver the lyrics, the whole package is what made me become a better drummer. So I will name some of the drummers in that, like let's say Dave Maddox is another influence in the way he played on the Alan Parsons, some of the Alan Parsons band's albums, and particularly in one album by Camel, who was very good playing. And I discovered that I liked simple drum beats because they serve the song. Another big drummers that I will say that influenced me now, I will say Gavin Harrison, former Porcupine Tree drummer, now with King Crimson. Benny Greb is a big. I just love his approach. A personal friend of mine, believe it or not, Antonio Sanchez, is a big influence of me because we met when we were at Berkeley, and we're still friends till this point after 20-something years. And his playing and his writing has been a big influence. And all this joining of forces of different points and influence in time in my upbringing is what had made me become and think of drums in a particular way. Maybe I'll do some videos about how do I approach drum in a particular songs. I have done some in the past, but I think it's time to start approaching this again and clear some doubts. So if you like what you see, even though I didn't play anything in this video, that's fine. Subscribe, comment, give me any pointers, any dislikes. If you like the video, great. Subscribe, click on the bell. I don't know, click on the bell and to let you know when I upload something new. And I hope see you guys soon. I hope. Why don't you write down some of your influences down there in the comments? Who is your biggest influence as a drummer? And then maybe we can exchange informations or like opinions. Great, thank you to all you guys for listening, and see you guys next time.